Hi guys, Drews here. I am here with another new video for you guys today. Yes, in the same shirt. Today I am here to film my September and October TBR. Yes, that's right. I am gonna do what Lala from Books and Lala does. She combines 2 months and say this is her reading plan, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I don't have to read all of these in September because it's pretty ambitious. I literally have 4 stacks of books next to me. I have a stack of I'm trying to do sequel September and try to focus on all my series that I have to read, either continue with, start, or wrap up. Mostly I'm focusing on all the series I have to wrap up, and then I'm just gonna read as much sequels as I can. I just found out recently that I can partner with another library in my state, and that's really awesome because at that Overdrive, for their Overdrive app, you can check out 50 books at a time, and I'm like, why haven't I figured this out sooner? So a lot of these I'm gonna have audiobooks for, so just know that in advance. Some of these will be audiobooks, some of these are graphic novels, some of these are buddy reads. I'll leave all my friends that I'm buddy reading. I believe I'm gonna buddy read Heather and Sydney a lot this month, my friend Lori maybe, depending on a few books here, and my friend Charlie. Those are the 4 lovely ladies that I'm gonna buddy read with. I'm very excited. The first 2 books I have are actually arcs, and they're gonna they already fall, and they're gonna be featured in my weekend reading vlog that I just started filming, and I talked about that in my August wrap up. So first book I have is a September new release, and that is The Other Marilyn by Robin Schneider. I got this arc sent to me from Penguin Teen when I did my fantasy mystery box, which you should have saw an unboxing for on my Instagram account. So if you're not following me on Instagram or Twitter or TikTok, you're missing out. There's a lot of bookish content that you won't see here, so definitely check them out. I'll leave them down below. This one is supposed to be an Arthurian reimagining with a historical rom-com. That was very hard to say. I don't know much about this. I know this is the author's first fantasy book, and it's a little chunky, so I don't know how big the hardcover would be. But this one, I honestly didn't know anything about it until I got this copy from Penguin Teen, and I read the back, and it sounded something I would love. So I'm glad I got an arc of this, so thank you so much. This comes out September 21st, I believe, so I'm definitely will be reading it early this month for you guys. Then another arc. This one was supposed to come out in November, but it actually got pushed up to October. But I want to read it a month ahead just so I can be better at reviews and all that for you guys, which I'm going to start doing either singular reviews, or if it's a series, I'll be doing a series review, which I talked about in my August wrap up as well. There was a little bit of a channel update on my August wrap up. But anyways, this one comes out in October now. I believe October 16th. But I could be wrong. I'll correct myself down below. And that is Within These Wicked Walls by Lauren Blackwood. This one, it says Kirsten White meets Tomi Adeyemi in this European-inspired debut fantasy retelling of Jane Eyre, which I haven't read Jane Eyre, so I don't know if I will love this one or not, but I'm hoping I will. The back sounds amazing. It sounds like something I would love, and I got this arc from Wednesday Books, so thank you so much, Wednesday Books. I'm so excited to read it. Count how many times I'll say excited. It's actually a shorter book compared to The Other Marilyn, so I might be reading this one first in that weekend reading vlog that I'm starting. 2 other books you'll see in that weekend reading vlog is The OK Witch and the Hungry Shadow by Emma Steinkill. I read book 1 to this series in June, I think, June or July, and I actually really enjoyed it. I read book 1 on my Kindle, so that's why I don't have book 1 to show you. But this is the cover for book 1, in case you don't know it. I really enjoyed book 1. It wasn't my favorite. I gave book 1 3 stars, but it wasn't a favorite of mine. So I'm hoping I will love this. And yes, this is a middle grade graphic novel. That's the artwork if you are curious about it. So yeah, this will be read for sure in September because it is a graphic novel. Another one I actually just started today because I finished There's Someone Inside Your House today, and that was amazing. So I started reading Redemptor by Jordannie Funko. I started reading this one before this video, so this one will totally get read in September. This is the second and final book in this duology. As you can see, you'll see in a few minutes actually, there's a lot of finales that I need to read. I'm very nervous to read this one. I'm like 50 pages in, so not that far in, but I definitely want to read more of today. This is my main focus for today after I film this. So this is a follow-up and finale to Raybearer, which I read earlier this year and I gave it 5 stars. That will be on my favorite list of 2021. Will this one be on there as well? I don't know. We'll see at the end of the month. Then we have a buddy read I'm doing my friend Sydney, and then Let Me Hear a Rhyme by Tiffany D. Jackson. As you guys know, I recently fallen in love with Tiffany D. Jackson. I read Grown by her last year. Buddy read that with Heather, loved it. And then I read Monday's Not Coming by her by myself, and I loved it. And now I'm very excited for this one. This is a library book, so I definitely want to read this one sooner than later. And I'm not going to give you summaries of what these are about, because like I said, I have 4 stacks of books and I don't want it to be a long video, and I know it will. So this is a buddy read I'm doing with my friend Sydney, and I already have the audiobook Sydney, so let me know whenever you want to start. Call me. But yeah, very excited to read this. This will be my 3rd book by her. Then the stack of series that I need to get to. Let me see if I could get these all on my lap. Maybe. A lot of these are duologies, so all I need to do is read the second and final book. And so we have Queen of Ruin by Tracy Banghart. This is the second and final book in the Grace and Fury duology. I almost forgot what the first one. Read the first one, really enjoyed it. And I might be rereading the first book and then jumping into this. This has been on my shelf ever since it came out. So this is a sequel. Won't talk much about this. Another sequel I won't be talking much about is Court of Lions by Simonia Dodd. This is the sequel and finale to the Mirage duology. Read Mirage last year in August actually, and I had this on my shelf since August of last year, so definitely would want to get it sooner than later. Then I have The Helmet of Tegan by Travis Pond. This is the second book in his Traven Chronicles. I'm so sorry if I butchered any of these fantasy names. I did an author interview with Mr. Travis Pond, which will be linked up above or down below. Definitely check that interview out. It was so fun to do last year. I wanted to do something for his release of book 2, but sadly I couldn't because I was working that day. But I'm very excited to read this nonetheless. This one is a signed copy to me. And I did started it. I got to chapter 2, so not that far in, but I did started it. So yeah, it's signed to me. So I really hope I love this one. And he said he's almost done with book 3, so very excited to see the cover for book 3. Then I might reread book 1, and then book 3 comes to me in the mail the day of its release. It comes out September 21st. And that is As the Shadow Rises by Katie Rose Poole. The first book is There Will Come a Darkness. This one is As the Shadow Rises. And the last one is Into the Dying Light, I think. Or Darkness. I don't know. Dying Light, I think, is what the third one is. But I have it pre-ordered coming to me from Amazon in the mail on September 21st. So this one I might save towards the end of the month just so I can binge reread book 1, then this, and then move on to book 3, if that makes sense. So this series is getting completed this month. Then another duology I want to wrap up is Sal and Gabby, and that second book is called Sal and Gabby Fix the Universe by Carlos Hernandez. I read book 1 last year, I think, or 2 years ago now, can't remember when, but I love book 1 and I just need to read this one. Then we have Sarah Rosh and Kirsten Simmons, Rise Up from the Embers. I've already featured this, I want to say, in my series September TBR video. I'll leave that up above. Definitely check it out. The readathon isn't happening until September 20th, I believe, so definitely saving this one for that. I'm actually going to move all these because I'm afraid that they might fall or something. I don't know. Sorry about that. The next 2 books, or the next book I have is Queen of Volts by Amanda Foody. This is the third and final book in this trilogy. Very nervous to see how this one will wrap up. Another third and final book in a trilogy I have is Stormbreak by Natalie C. Parker. This is the third and final book in the Seafire trilogy. Love book 1 and 2, so I can't wait to see how I feel about this. The next deck are Buddy Reads slash books my TBR jar picked out for me. So I definitely want to prioritize my TBR jar picks. I picked 10 books out each month, and I read 0 of them last month, so I definitely want to try and get to. But the first 2 books I have are Buddy Reads and for a book club. So the first one I have is Wicked Fox by Cat Cho. I meant to read this in August, so this is a carry on from August. Haven't read it yet. It's been on my TBR for literally 2 years now. This is also featured in my series September TBR. So my friend Heather, Sydney, and I are gonna buddy read this. Very excited. First book in a duology. Then we have The Inheritance of Orchidia Divian. This is not only a buddy read Sydney, Heather, and I are going to do, but it's also the September book club pick for Brujas and Books, I believe. The co-hosts are Cami and Naomi. I'll leave them down below. Definitely check out their channels. Very excited for this. The tagline on this says, "The stars have shifted, the earth has turned, the time is here, I am dying, come and collect your inheritance." Like, it sounds like a perfect book to read in the fall, and I just can't wait to read it. For Gabby over at Gabby Reads, her September pick for the Book Troop Book Club pick is 56 Days by Catherine Ryan Howard. This deals with a married couple in the early days of COVID, so definitely trigger warning for that in case anybody is afraid of that. I don't know what that would be, but it's super short. Got this from Book of the Month. So happy that Gabby picked this as her September pick, and I definitely will be reading this in September. And then my 10 books that got picked out of my TBR jar. All of these are somewhat short, I think. So I feel like it would be manageable. So the first one I have is Firekeeper's Daughter. Wow, that was very bad. By Angelina Boley. I believe this is a YA mystery thriller, so I'm very excited. Don't want to know anything about this book, but I read the back of this book, and it sounds amazing. It says, "Prayers begin with offerings, Sima, and sharing my spirit name, clan, and where I'm from. I always add an extra name to make sure Creator knows who I am. A name that connects me to my father because I begin as a secret and then as a scandal." Like, if that's not interesting, I don't know what is. I got this at Barnes & Noble earlier this year, and I still haven't read it yet, but I think Sydney and I are going to buddy read this. The next one I got at Barnes & Noble as well, not on the same shopping trip, but that is Jay's Gay Agenda by Jason June. This is Jason's debut novel. Very excited for it. Probably won't read this in September because I normally read my contemporary books in the summertime, but if I'm in the mood for a contemporary, I can pick this one up. Then we have one of the mini audiobooks that I have checked out right now, and that is The Dark Tide by Alicia Janikson. This is a cover buy for me. I bought this last year in the summer and haven't read it yet, so hopefully this fall I would. This was the August book club pick for Booksplosion, and I never got a chance to read it, and that was Tokyo Ever After by Mika Jean. And then we have One True King by Simonia Chan. This is the 6th and final book in the School for Good and Evil series. I'm very nervous for this one, especially because I loved 1 through 5, and I'm very curious to see how this will wrap up. I cannot wait for the Netflix show coming out soon. I don't know when that will come out, but hopefully soon because they just wrapped up filming. Very excited to see how this one will end, and yeah, that's all I'll say. And then I have one that I'm missing because I thought I had it in the stack, but I don't know if I do or not, and that is What's Not to Love by Emily Webberly and Austin Broca. That was the TBR jar pick. Another one was, which is perfect for the fall, is The Whisper Man by Alex North. Don't know much about this. It's an adult thriller that I had on my TBR for many years now, so very excited to get to it soon. Then the last one that got picked out of my TBR jar was The Other Side of the Sky by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner. I'm buddy reading this with my friend Kate, so I'll leave her Instagram down below. Definitely go check her out. And yeah, this is the first book in a series. Book 2 is coming out in January. So if we do read this in September, Kate, we have a long wait for book 2. And then this next stack of books are my personal book club picks. I am so behind and I'm so embarrassed, but these first 2 books I maybe will read in September or October. I don't know, to be honest. These are the 2 books that I got in my August Beacon book box. So if you saw that unboxing, you know we have A Dragon Bird in the Fern by Lauren Racketer. I'm so sorry if I butchered it. This cover is gorgeous though, and it's not that big of a fantasy book. It is a standalone novel, which is awesome. So if I do want to read it, I can read it. Same thing, this is a YA standalone fantasy novel, and that is The Endless Skies by Shannon Price. Don't know much about this except what it says on the synopsis and cover letter, or letter from the author. So very excited to get to this. Super short, one of my shorter reads for the month. And then I'm so behind. I haven't read our June book of the month pick, which was Cemetery Boys, which I've already shown off on my channel. And then the July book of the month is Red Rising, which I haven't read yet. And then, oh, I do have Cemetery Boys in the stack. Sorry. For June, we were supposed to read Cemetery Boys, and I haven't yet. So I started it, but didn't finish it. Then July, our Quick Reads book club pick was Red Rising. Haven't read this yet. Very nervous. August, I did start it, and that was Gods and Monsters by Shelby Mahern. And then for September, our Quick Reads book club pick is Devil in the Device by Laura Beth Johnson. This one I really want to get to because my friend Charlie / co-host already read this. She gave it 3.5 stars and she wants me to read it to see how I would feel about it. So I'm very nervous with Charlie's rating. So definitely want to read this. If you want to read this in September and join us, please let me know down in the comments below. We have a group chat on Instagram, so I'll definitely add you to the group chat if you're not already added. And then this stack I think is just more series I would like to try and finish in September and October, and that is Keeper of the Lost Cities, book 4, Never Seen. I'm buddy reading this. This is by Shannon Messenger, by the way. Buddy reading this with my friend Lori, so hopefully I'll read it sometime soon. Then I want to read Flashfire by TJ Klune. Very excited for this one. Then we have Star Wars The High Republic Into the Dark by Claudia Gray. My next book I need to read in this series. Then I might buddy read this one with my friend Taylor, and that is Stay With Me by Jessica Casolo. I read book 1 last year and loved it. Can't wait for book 2. Book 3 comes out in November, and I already have it pre-ordered, so very excited to see how the series would wrap up. Then I want to reread book 1 and 2 in the Annie Darkin trilogy by Kirsten White. I have not yet read book 3, which is Brightly Burned, and it's been on my shelf more than 2 years, I think. So I'm gonna reread book 1 and 2 and then jump into book 3. Then I want to start over and finish Ironheart by Nina Valeria, another duology I need to wrap up. Then another trilogy I would like to wrap up is Days of Blood and Starlight by Laini Taylor. And then another series I would like to catch up on is the ACOTAR series. I only need to read A Court of Silver Flames, and I haven't yet because this will be intimidating. I can't wait to read this. I had it since February. I think now's the time, so there's that. Somebody convince me to read this, please. And then this last stack, I don't really have to read in September. I mostly want to read all of these in October. All of these are my mystery thrillers that I have either checked out from my library or from my own shelf, and as you can see, there's a lot. So we have a YA mystery thriller book, and that is That Weekend by Kara Thomas. I don't even know where to put these. I'm buddy reading No Exit by Taylor Adams with my friend Sydney this month because it's a library book. Then I have When No One Is Watching by by Alyssa Cole. I almost said Alyssa K. Adams. Wow. This one I got at Target. It was also a carryover from my August TBR. Then I have another YA book, and that is The Dead in the Dark by Courtney Gold. Then I have Final Girls by Riley Sager. This is the only Riley Sager book I need to read, and I'm very excited for it. Then I have The Night Swim by Megan Golding. Then I have The Other Black Girls by Zakaya Delilah Harris. Then I have The Wife Upstairs by Rachel Hawkins. I actually have an e-arc of this from NetGalley, so if I do read it sometimes this fall, I can put a review in. Then I have Wilder Girls by Rory Power. A lot of my friends read this year and absolutely loved it, so I can't wait to read it soon. Another book of the month I have are The Maidens and The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. I hear you have to read this one first before getting into this one, because this one spoils the ending of The Silent Patient for some odd reason. So I'll try and do a reading vlog on these two books and see how I will feel about them. This author has a lot of hit or miss reviews for both of these books. The Maidens just came out in June, so I'm very excited to get to both of these nonetheless. Then I have Vampires Never Get Old by Tales with Fresh Bites, edited by Sidori Cadavio and Natalie C. Parker, with Samira Ahmed, Danielle Clayton, Tessa Granton, Heidi Helge, Julie Murphy, Mark Oshiro, Rebecca Roanhorst, Laura Ruby, V.E. Schwab, and Kayla Whalen. I believe the story by V.E. Schwab is being adapted as a movie or a TV show, so that would be pretty interesting. And then the last book on my TBR that I have is Sometimes I Like by Alice Feeney. I want to read this one very soon because it's very short. And I believe Heather and Sydney read this one together and they really enjoyed it. I'm not sure. Sydney, Heather, correct me if I'm wrong. But I have Alice Feeney's new book, Rock, Paper, Scissors, coming to me soon from Book of the Month. So I'm very excited to read her new book. But I want to read this one first and then jump into Rock, Paper, Scissors. Hopefully my book of the month will come sooner than later. But yeah, this is the final mystery thriller that I want to read in October and September. Oh, that was a lot. 4 stacks is a lot for 1 month, so I'm going to say October and September TBR. So there you have it, you guys. If you want to buddy read any of these books with me, please let me know down below. I'm always up for buddy reading. It's my favorite thing to do, besides reading, actually. What are you guys looking forward to reading in the month of September? Are there any new releases you are excited for? Let me know down in the comments below. While you're in the comments, why don't you go on over a little bit and hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, turn your notification on so you don't miss any new videos coming from me soon. And without further ado, there you go. That's my ambitious TBR for September and October. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day or night. Please be kind to one another, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.